Did you know that this video is going to be at 3 a.m. that while I was recording? Then guess what? Welcome back to Comic Studio, and what it is going to be for one thing as well. The last time that we have just already searched this thing as well, even that we already clicked around to check it out for Doom Comic Studio, as we continue to browsing Doom Comic Studio that's since Halloween. And only know that we're going to be scrolling down about two more to go as we're going to be going for the Fist of Doom comic studio. Let's jump here to this thing as well. And I might not sure. This is going to be for such as the next day as anything as well. So we're starting up with characters and we're using for some sort of logo called the Fist of Doom. So, starting in weaponless characters, we have one of their things as well, using only for the fist as well. So, it was absolutely due to containing spoilers, like even it was. Even like it's going to be running, staying for a little bit as well, going for taking for something like unknown reasons, standing, jumping, walking, and crouching, and cover your head, and squat and cover your head, and finally going for fight a little bit as well. So I mean, going to take for a little bit fist as well for weaponless characters around here. So this is absolutely for some sort of good guys as well. The weapons wasn't actually for some sort of good guy as well. The people who have swords, spears, harpoons, like any weapons as well, and finally firearms such as minigun and sniper. Because they trying using weapons now as hell. So we're probably not sure that in the last video that come to Splatoon Comic Studio, and I'm really not sure that there's not gonna be since that owned for something like pretty now as well. Because something back in the previous video it was owned by Nintendo, but on this video the Fist of Doom is owned by Madrima, or something is absolutely it's owned by Mandariri or Mandirima. I mean, it's owned by Mandirigma. Thanks to Free Guy 88 for helping me out there. As for this thing as well, to find it out for as well. So you might gonna be check it out for some sort of like this that you can share your comics on social media as well. And finally, the evil guys was actually for some sort of monsters that we got anything as well. And probably, and it was absolutely that we're going to get got as well. Because of their monsters like these are actually for some sort of stalkers, evil Ben 10, and evil Sonic. And what about for some sort of the dark monstrous thing as well, or a dark thing as for some sort of a demon as hell? We eventually turned the spoilers on, and we got some of their Doomer things that we got absolutely for more. And that is all the characters that we got. There are no sprites everywhere. There are no sprites everywhere in this situation around props and effects. And instead of like those things, because this is absolutely except background, and it was probably wildly cringe as hell. So with only weapons we have available is we got the sword and a pirate sword. And new things effects was absolutely for only one big explosion. And finally, we got some more of these background images. We got some more of the background images we got to fight evil dragons as hell. And more images. And finally, going on to the last place, the last page, it will be for the final as well. So, what about for the final boss? Could be even defeated as well. And finally, the evil was also nothing as here, including the effects, except the backgrounds, of course. This is absolutely into the abyss, like this. And probably for some sort of a sake of a planet as well. Even that lives in a deserted planet that even it absolutely got over here. So, I might going to be start a little bit as well. And for the very first time like this. And I should be able to be ready to roll. And we're gonna be ready. And I'm probably sure. Let's get started. You see this? Stickman War. And because of like those anything as well that I just made of, I just made something even more something as naughty as well. And as we can see the drafts, it has saved and it won't be gonna be necessary as well. So we just add one of these characters from Harmony's idiotic stuff as well. So Harmony's stupid comic studio as well, using for the studio crossovers for one of their cells that using for some sort of firearms as well. Even though that does even for probably exist around with those stickmen as well. So I'm probably going to be for end of this video as well. So they're using for some sort of spear between those two Arabic swords. They might going to be for using some of those fists to do this. And we got the pistol battle we got ourselves. But I just absolutely using for this some kind of pistol from Fortnite. And we got for some sort of the legendary sword, like from some sort of this as well. From I don't really think this is absolutely going to be an Unreal for like this sword as well versus the pistol as well. We have one thing we got for a mini baton as well versus a pistol as well. And a mini sword versus a rabbit sword. And that's it. That is absolutely the end of this video, but we very sure that we just saved for only one thing as well. So that could be completely the end of this video as well for sure as well. And be sure that the link is in description below if you're going to be checking this out, as we probably to do so as well. So you might going to be at the age of 18 or something as well. Age of 16 years and up and older could be access to this comic studio, and the main website is going to be linked in the description below. For also included around here as well. So thanks for watching for only support. And finally, we're going to be ending up this video for right now. I'm going to be signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads and comic studio users all later. And that is the 4th day of the Christmas that I was naughty before.